I want to live near the beach. I want to live near Disneyland. I want to live near where all the best schools are. What do these questions even mean if you're thinking about moving to Orange County, California? Let's find out now.
So here we are. We're in Orange County, California. As you can see, this is this beautiful little outline here. It's a really rather small landmass, again, for the size, about 3 million people here, about the same size of all of San Diego, which is like 6 times the size. Mm-hmm. And then, but yeah, so that's...
About 1/3 the size of Los Angeles, though.
Yeah, LA. But we are part of the LA media market, which does help because it's kind of nice to kind of be part of, like, again, the entertainment capital of the world.
Yeah, go Lakers.
Go Lakers. Okay, so as we zoom in, so we're gonna give you a little overview here. And so let's see here. Okay, so let's just kind of cut meat and potatoes. Let's give people what they want.
Yeah, so let's start with employment centers. So if you, let's say, I don't know, maybe you don't even have a job yet. Maybe you're just in the dreaming stage of moving to beautiful Orange County. So where are the places that are the biggest places of employment?
Orange County, Irvine, and Newport Beach.
And then also I would say Santa Ana too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Downtown Santa Ana for sure.
For sure. Yeah, so those are your like 4 main areas that, again, this is like if you're commuting to work or whatever, these are going to, within Orange County. Now, of course, you have LA this way. Not too many people are, I would say, commuting to San Diego. Like they just...
Yeah, because this green part right here, so this part in between San Diego County, well, that's technically San Diego County, but nobody's there because that's Camp Pendleton. That's a Marine base. And then there's also a decommissioned nuclear power plant. And then do you want to talk, so Irvine, you may have heard about Irvine, very famous. It is the largest seat of employment. So the most headquarters are in Irvine. And then I'd say Anaheim and Newport Beach are probably fairly similar. And Santa Ana is like right up there too as well. Santa Ana is the county seat. That's where like the courthouse is, all of that stuff.
Yeah, if you're looking to sue people, Newport, or if you're looking to little nip tuck, Newport Beach is where you want to go.
That's true. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so in Irvine, you'll have a ton of headquarters. Like, so the Irvine Spectrum is famously one of these big headquarters. This is where the 405 and 5 freeways merge. So these are very major freeways in all of Southern California. Yeah. And so, so that's the way they merge. And this is kind of coincidentally where you have ton of headquarters located here. So that's, and that's not just that too, like, you have other
Irvine
options
has
for sure.
It's not just the Spectrum part of Irvine. There's tons of different places in Irvine. Irvine has so many different places of work, and it is the geographic center of Orange County, which is another reason why it's so popular, because it's so conveniently located.
Yeah, if you look at where Irvine is, like you're kind of getting close to going every which way, right? So it's just super, super convenient from that perspective.
It is. It's so convenient.
So before we continue, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Sean Azad.
And I'm Courtney Azad, and we are licensed real estate agents here in the state of California.
And if you're watching this channel, you might be thinking, wow, Sean, I love Orange County. I love the glitz. I love the glamour. I love the incredible weather. I can't wait to move out here now. The problem is I'm not local. I may be out of state and maybe even out of the country. So I don't know what to do. And I totally get that. That's why you're going to reach out to us so we can have that conversation, find out specifically what you're looking for, and we can be your boots on the ground. We work with a team of people where we can actually make sure that someone's able to always be at your disposal to find that perfect home. We can actually even do virtual tours of not just the properties, but of the neighborhoods as well, to really give you a good sense of the area. So when you do come out, your time is spent super efficiently. So what you want to do is you want to give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country. And then, people that maybe don't really have much familiarity with Orange County, they'll call Sean, and a lot of times they'll have these two questions. They'll be like, well, I want to live near Disneyland, or I want to live near the beach. And what's interesting, and we'll go into this, like Sean will show you, but that means you want to live in Orange County because you want to start, okay, let's just show. So Disneyland is in Anaheim right there. So we always give the example. So San Clemente, you want to circle San Clemente, that's the southernmost tip of Orange County. And how Sean and I were talking before we started the camera is that, people live in San Clemente. They're not really living there because they want to be conveniently located, right? There's other reasons that they live there. But even from San Clemente to Anaheim, it's probably going to take you 45 minutes. And that is that just shows you how small the county is. And then literally from you want to go from, the easternmost part of Orange County.
So like Brea, right?
Like Brea to the beach. I mean, on a bad day, it'll probably take you 45 minutes if there's lots of
If
traffic.
if that even, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like a
It's
lot
like
of stuff's
usually
about 30
30
minutes away, and then
Yeah.
So the county is very like hugs the coastline.
Yeah.
So you're not going way inland to kind of deal with that. So that's a nice thing is that like I have people that have reached out saying I want to be right next to the beach. I'm like, well, okay, do you want to be right next to the beach, or are you planning on going to the beach? Maybe a few times a month, a few times a week. What is that situation? Or do you literally want to live by the beach? Because
where
again,
you can
kind of get there pretty easily.
Yeah, meaning, do you want to have a house where it's literally one street away from the beach? That is possible. It will cost you quite a bit of money.
That's not low, that's for sure.
Or do you want to be where you can drive your car 10 minutes from the beach? Now that is still probably going to cost you, but not as much. Not even anywhere close.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where, and then, people say they want to live in Anaheim to be next to Disneyland, and I'm going, okay, I mean, Anaheim's great. There's no issues with that. It's just that you realize how close you are to Disneyland. So that's the thing, like anywhere in the county. So you could be in a lot of different cities and have that accessibility to Disneyland. So that's why I ask, okay, well, literally, are you going to get a season pass and be there every day? Because if you're not, again, if you want to be in Anaheim, totally cool. It's just that we want to make sure that you're happy with where you're going to be. And so I'd rather not keep your options super narrow if we don't have to.
Yeah, Orange County is famous for being a sleepy county where there's not much nightlife.
What?
And I would say that's true. But let's talk about the, quote, Orange County entertainment. So where are you going to go for entertainment?
So this Anaheim, Buena Park area, this is pretty happening stuff, right?
For Orange County. Caveat. For Orange County.
So you have like a lot of bars, nightclubs, like you have... just places where you can frequent. There's a lot. Again, there's a lot of entertainment happening here.
That's where Disneyland is, of course.
Yeah, and Disney, and then of course you do have your
beach
cities that have actually a good amount of bars, nightlife, and that kind of thing.
Even Seal Beach and San Clemente also.
Not.
Yeah, so Seal Beach is right there, and then San Clemente down there.
That's fair.
They all have bars
and you have the Spectrum right here, this little dot.
Oh man, we'll talk about South County later. That's South County entertainment. That is
people come from all over South County to go to the Spectrum.
From all over South County.
Yeah, frequent. They make the pilgrimage to here.
Yes.
To
go to their
because there's no other option.
Because the restaurants close at 9 p.m.
Yeah, there's no other options. Like you're going here, we're gonna make money off you here, and that's it. So this is kind of like you're more or less your entertainment stuff, and then I guess like segueing to like sports, right? So we do have professional sports in Orange County. So we are part of the larger LA media market. In fact, we do have let's say the Angels, right? That's a professional baseball team which is located in Anaheim, and this is how intertwined we are with LA's media market, right? It's not the Anaheim Angels. It's the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They wanted to actually plug into so even though it's located in Anaheim, which is a whole other county, they still wanted to plug into that LA money, right? That LA media market money. So they call them the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
But does anyone in LA, are they a fan?
No, they're going to the Dodgers for sure. They have...
Yeah, I don't know why, if you live in LA, why would you be an Angels fan over a Dodgers fan? I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, but the thing is that, so Anaheim does have two major sports teams, right? Yeah. So we have the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, which is a professional baseball team, as well as the Ducks. So that's the hockey team. So those are the two, again, professional. So if you're into that component of just entertainment, then Anaheim, again, is your place to be.
Yeah, for sure. And then also where the Ducks play, so the Honda Center, there's lots of concerts there, it's a big entertainment venue as well. So.
Yeah, and then as far as further entertainment options, like South Coast Metro has the South Coast Repertory and the Performing Arts Center, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Again, they're on Spectrum, entertainment going big time.
You can tell where we go for our entertainment. Do you want to go to the Spectrum?
Yeah. And of course, and then you have the beach stuff. Again, we already talked about that kind of form of entertainment. So that's, that's that part of it.
And then another question that Sean gets a lot is, people ask, well, I want to be where the best schools are. And we always maintain that no matter where you are, you can find very highly ranked schools.
Where you are in Orange County.
Where you are in Orange County, for sure. Not to say that maybe the school that you are zoned for is ranked the highest. It's just that there's options. And here's an article relatively recent. At this point, OC schools rank among nation's best in latest U.S. News and World Report. And you can go down, so these are all high schools, but you can go down and you can see they're literally from all over the county. Of course, Irvine is the one that gets all the hype, and for good reason. Like, it has pretty much every Irvine high school, well, literally every Irvine high school is on this list. But you have high schools from all over, from, Santa Ana. You have high schools in Anaheim, Unified School District.
Garden Grove.
Like, it's literally everywhere. There's a lot of...
Capistrano Unified School District.
Capistrano Unified School District. A lot of these schools are charter schools and stuff like that, so you may have to do your research. But we just want to, say that here you are in Orange County, and we always will maintain that no matter where you are, you have options.
Yeah, and also it depends on what philosophy of schooling you want. Do you want dual language immersion kind of thing? Because that's sprinkled throughout the county as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you mentioned, charter schools. They have the Reggio, they have the Waldorf. You have a bunch of different school options. And again, this is one of those things where we can't tell you what's good or not. There's obviously rankings that you could look at, of course, but then also, what's right for your child. That's what you're looking for. You may want to actually, talk to those at school administrators to make sure you get a feel of what makes sense, or talk to the parents of kids that are attending those schools.
Yeah.
So, that's where we kind of go, okay, this is not really for us to tell you this is good, this is bad. It's really what you make of it and how it fits your situation. Yeah. And then beyond that, obviously you do have private schools too.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's obviously several small universities in Orange County. And then there's two major universities, two, big ones, Cal State Fullerton, and then the University of California, Irvine, which is...
Zot.
It's a top-ranked, Tier 1 top-ranked school. So obviously that's another reason why people really like Irvine, because the university right there, a lot of commerce, pops up around it. So
yeah, last we saw, I think it was the 34th highest ranked university, both public and private, in all of the United States.
Yeah.
So that's University of California, Irvine. And then Cal State Fullerton, which is in Fullerton, as you can imagine.
Yeah, huge school.
Yeah, so if you're looking at that, so the two major universities here are, again, right in the Irvine area and right in the Fullerton area. So that's kind of your two major universities. We also have a lot of junior colleges that also have fantastic programs and very highly rated as well.
Yeah.
So that's also, again, sprinkled throughout the county. It's not just one. There's several.
For sure. And then there's, private universities. There's a lot of universities, but the biggest ones, obviously, are UCI and Cal State Fullerton.
And I'd say the third most notable would be Chapman. And that's a private school.
Chapman, that's in Orange. Yeah.
And that's Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to show where Orange is? Because we mentioned it. So Orange, cute little city, very cute. We actually have a tour of Orange. So if you're interested in that, subscribe to this channel, because super cute little city.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, let's talk about the outdoor lifestyle, because
let's do it.
If there is anything that California has going for it,
year round, not one.
It is the absolutely, and all of California has some of the best outdoors you'll ever find in the entire world. But Southern California is particularly known for its stupendous weather. So where are you going to be enjoying this?
Can I get my soapbox
premier weather, the best in the world?
One moment. I do have to because I don't think people fully appreciate how good the weather is. Okay, so this is what I'll say. That yes, there may be areas of the country that can have equally good weather at specific times of the year, right?
Yeah.
So maybe their winter could be just as nice for maybe 5 days. But then the rest of the 360 days of the year, Orange County will be superior.
Yeah.
Similar, summer, they may have those instances will be just as nice. Oh, that'd be really hard, because honestly, I have to pay one.
Well, we do get a heat wave. Here's a little caveat. It's not that the weather is perfect, meaning perfection. It does rain sometimes. Sometimes we'll get a lot of rain, for Southern California. Sometimes it'll get hot. There will be, it seems to always be, the end of September, the first day of what a lot of people use as the first day of school. It'll be 100 degrees for 3 days. But other than that, it is honestly there is no better weather on planet Earth than Southern California.
Yeah, when you take in the grand scheme the entire 365 days, you're not going to find better weather. Now, I would actually probably say that probably someone moving in and basically kind of really thinking that Southern California from a weather perspective is heaven on earth, you probably will overshoot it, kind of thinking you're expecting too much out of it, because it's not.
It's not. You're
perfect
still on a
perpetually.
planet. Yeah, you're still on planet Earth.
Although you get through that first year of kind of maybe being slightly disappointed because it just can't. What can compete to with what you imagine in your mind?
Yeah.
But after that first year,
every
day you'd be like, you know what? It's pretty nice. Like
I honestly,
when you're walking out on a November afternoon and you're just like, wow. It's really nice. Like a lot of other places are snowing or whatever. Honestly, December afternoon, January, and then conversely on the summer side, the humidity is minimal.
Yeah.
And so you're going, wow, this is really really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't compete. And then and then
let me just put in my last little bit about it. I can't tell you how many times I walk outside and then I say to myself, what a great day it is to be alive, because it is so beautiful. Okay, where are we going to enjoy it? We've gone on this weather so much.
But also, we have to say this too. I actually do have to point this out. And I don't want to bash on surrounding areas, but honestly, if you're going to live out,
Oh, it's so hot.
Honestly, your weather, the quality does drop precipitously as you go inland, right?
For sure.
Just being real, when they say Southern California weather is great, it's coastal Southern California weather that's fantastic. It's not inland Southern California. No. It's actually, honestly, I'd be like, for the price and stuff, I'm like, unless you have to commute to work which is obviously a very realistic situation, I just don't know why. I would look at other options, to be honest, other states or whatever.
I would look at another state.
Yeah, I would never, because when you're talking about cost of living and all the high, again, the high taxes, let's be real, we do have high taxes. When you're dealing with that stuff, the weather is such the great counterbalance to that. You're going, okay, despite all this other stuff, the weather is so good here. But when I mean good here, I mean, honestly, Orange County as a general whole, because it doesn't go far inland, is obviously
even parts of LA, I would say, are much hotter than Orange County, because you can see, look at how you're getting
inland. It goes
inland, it goes pretty far inland. Like Pasadena, which is a cute city, you can show where Pasadena is. I love Pasadena; it's super cute, but it is hotter. It's a hotter place.
Yeah, and if we're talking about that, I guess we should bring up that if you're wanting the creme de la creme of weather, because again, we're splitting hairs. And we get people
get hate mail.
Yeah, people
they
get
hate
mad
us
when we say that
Mission Viejo is
might
hotter.
Be a
okay,
warmer.
Here point. So if we say Mission Viejo is hotter than than Newport Beach, people get really mad at us.
Yeah, and you're like, well, I don't tell you, that Pacific Ocean is the great equalizer when it comes to all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then and I would say that if you're trying to get nicer, cooler weather, this is kind of what I've kind of said. Basically, you want to kind of stay on the coastal side of the 405 and 5 freeways. Mm-hmm. This is where you can ensure that weather is just incredible. As you go a little bit inland of this, it does heat up. I mean, I'm not, I don't know what to say about that. I've had people reach out to me saying the same thing. They're like, yeah, it's warmer. Again, once you go a bit more inland, even within Orange County, again, you have to understand you're going to become a wimp when it comes to weather. So this is how we're kind of framing this. Yeah. We're not, if you're coming from Texas weather or Minnesota weather or whatever, you're going to think all of this is incredible. I mean, but when you've been here, it doesn't take you very long. Your sister, she lives in Texas. She knows how good the weather is here because she grew up in San Diego. So she knows how good it is. It took her, I don't know, 36 hours to kind of go.
When she was visiting us, she was complaining already.
Yeah. It is, you'll notice literally single degree temperature changes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, well, now let's get to where you're going to be enjoying this beautiful weather, because you do have options. Obviously, the beach, of course, and we'll go into that. But then you also have a lot of, canyons and places that are popular for hiking
or running or mountain biking.
Yeah. Yes. And also another thing I should say, all of Orange County has really, really great just parks. So places where maybe it's not a huge area, but it's a lot of open space. So whoever planned all these cities in Orange County, even the cities in the northern part, which is older, there's still a lot of parks. There's a lot of open space. So there's a lot of areas to enjoy the beautiful weather.
Yeah, and if you like golf, it's all over the place. Again, outdoor activities, because again, it's good weather year round. So people are, doing pickleball, tennis, everything. I mean, everything is here. Again, as you can see on the green on the screen here. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not really super green, to be honest.
No.
It's kind of more brush. It's not a forest per se. And then, you have canyons here where you can go.
And then Elisa Wood's my favorite.
Elisa, and we know about Elisa Woods, yes.
That's my favorite spot.
Yeah.
So these are the canyons. And then obviously, by Anaheim Hills, we're missing that little eastern part, Yorba Linda, Anaheim Hills.
Yeah.
Up in there, like Chino Hill State Park, which is technically, I guess
I guess it kind
Inland
of
Empire.
it kind of borders
it. But so there's some beautiful land out there as well. So.
Yeah, and equestrian homes and all that stuff. Like, so if you're into horses, you're probably going to want to be, again, along, like, around this stuff right around here.
Yeah, and then obviously, too, we should mention, fire danger. Of course, like, if you're on a canyon, it will have elevated fire danger. And if you are concerned about that, definitely reach out to us and we can give you the Orange County Fire Authority map that tells you what the elevated fire danger is.
Yeah, and a very general rule of thumb is that if you are on the cusp of unimproved land, basically, obviously there's a higher likelihood that some of that will catch fire and then it's going to burn several acres before it's put out. So it's one of the things, and that could be also, again, that doesn't have to be on this outer rim, but obviously you're going to have more of that along this outer rim. But then obviously even here, right, you're going to have. Anything where you see like green,
too.
Elisa Woods will burn.
You may Google it and you'll see like Laguna Niguel right there. They had a fire on Elisa Woods and it took out some very expensive homes. So
yeah, so I mean, again, it was one of those crazy things where the power lines like cause a fire right at the canyon below it, and then again, as amazing as these firefighters are, and you can only get there so quickly. So
yeah,
and it's very, again, having said that, it's very rare that structures are lost, and extremely rare that lives are lost. So that's that's what we'll say to that.
Yeah, let's talk about the beaches, obviously.
What?
Right?
Do people like the beaches here?
And then we do have to stress, because we never used to stress this until somebody pointed out to us, because Sean and I are both born and raised Southern California. Sean born and raised Orange County, me San Diego, and it's year round. Like, we never used to stress that because it was just like
assumed.
Yeah, it's like out of our realm of our frame of reference that you can't go to the beach 365 days of the year. It's not that you're going to be swimming, because the water is quite cold. The water, even in the summer.
It's so nice.
It's the Alaskan current.
But the thing is that when it's actually a warm day and you jump into the ocean, it's actually so refreshing.
It's sharks. I do not go in the water.
Goodness, like I have gone to the beach. I don't even know how many.
Whatever.
But okay, so having said that, these beaches though, it does not, like, okay, I've lived actually in Hawaii for a couple of years, and everyone thinks about Hawaii's beaches are amazing, which again they are, but I think that like people that are more blown away by it are like again, a lot of people come from like, let's say, New York State, the like upper
East
like the Washington State or whatever, like that kind of thing. If you're actually from Southern California and you hear about these amazing beaches, I'm like, they're fine. Like, we've been to Nice in France, right? So this is like people, this is where like the really, really rich hang out, right? Like, so we just, went on our honeymoon there. And honestly, like, I was like, I don't know, I didn't find the beaches all that impressive. Like, it was
they have better
fine.
Food.
I have nothing to do with the beach part, but I'm just like, our beaches here are so amazing. Like, honestly, like if you want to zero in on, like, just so you can see, like from it, like let's do satellite just to kind of really like hammer this home. Huntington Beach is like, as an idea, look at how wide that swath of sand is. That's sand. That's a wide beach.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy, right? Yeah. And then you have amazing surfing here, like in Newport Beach. Obviously that's where I hail from. Look at how wide those beaches are. That's insane. Like,
it's
that you
beautiful.
have, like,
it's so beautiful.
It's crazy, and it's and again, Laguna Beach, incredible beaches. Like, you're just not gonna find like this quality of beach. I don't know. I just it's just unbelievable. And then beyond the beaches, let's go to the and if you're just like into the like marine life, right? So obviously, like right here where we are. Newport Beach's Back Bay is, like the Newport's harbor and its Back Bay are pretty incredible as far as like.
So the harbor is the part that's obviously right next to the ocean, and then.
Yeah, so this is the harbor itself.
Right then this part right here is that's the Back Bay. So that's like an estuary.
Yeah, and so it's a great place to like hike, ride your bike, run around. I think I've run around this Back Bay literally over 1,000 times in my life. Like so. And then the harbor, this doesn't do it justice for what it is. It's like pretty much one of the largest non-commercial harbors in the entire country. So you don't have container ships and that kind of thing. And you have islands here, you have restaurants like where you dock your boat, you can go paddleboarding, you can, like if you have a dinghy, like if you have so many options here, like it's kind of unbelievable. Like we have a video of a 90-minute cruise that we did for the harbor, and it didn't even hit the whole harbor. Like that's kind of how big this harbor actually is. So as far as like other harbor like type things, like Dana Point has one here, so it's a marina, and then also Huntington Harbor is right here. So you have a lot of houses that are actually on like that, like have docks and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. And then let's just talk about, so, if you come here to Orange County, you may hear people say, well, I live in South County. Like, what is that? You may not know what that is. So South County, it's kind of like Irvine. So Irvine right there, people know it because it has all these master plan communities, very manicured. It's got a park on every corner. And so South County, it's basically Irvine and South. That is South County. It's, it's the part of Orange County that is very master plan communities, lots of HOAs, lots of manicured parks and that kind of stuff.
And you'll have a higher frequency of Melrose taxes and stuff because I guess as we bring that up, we should talk about like the new construction because people do inevitably ask about it. You have a little bit of it. Rancho Mission Viejo is one. Like if we're talking about like the largest swaths of new construction, Irvine and Rancho Mission Viejo have the two most prominent, new construction. Rancho Mission Viejo.
And also Tustin.
Tustin has some, yeah. I mean, again, on a much smaller scale.
For sure.
And even Yorba Linda has some too.
Yeah,
again, on a smaller scale. These are kind of like and then you have obviously small developments sprinkled throughout the county. But this one, probably in mass, is the biggest one is happening is Rancho Mission Viejo, followed by, Irvine, which has a couple different spots too. It's, where the El Toro Marine Base used to be, as well as Central Park West, which is kind of also in Irvine.
And then North County is more, I would say, it's definitely got a lot more charm to it, I would say. Like if you're looking for, so I'm from San Diego, I'm used to more, to me, like Irvine was very sterile when I first moved there.
That's putting it lightly.
So I actually really didn't I love Irvine now, but when I first moved there, I really, really I didn't like it because it was very sterile
It's too uniform.
Yeah, too uniform.
Different shade of beige.
Yeah. So, cities like Orange or like Fullerton or like even parts of Santa Ana and Anaheim, like they have like this charm, right?
That they're older.
They're older, right? So, people will, or Fullerton as well. Like I always like to say when I used to work for the Orange County Business Journal, like my editor, he could have lived in Irvine, but he didn't want to. Like he lived in Fullerton because to him it was more charming and he liked it better. So that's kind of, and then obviously, Sean also gets a lot of people calling him that need to work in LA. So, North County to them, because it's closer to LA, they like it better for that reason.
Yeah, exactly. And, even between Huntington and Newport makes a difference, right, from traffic perspective.
For sure.
Yeah, you're kind of heading along this part of the northern part of Orange County where you're closer to the LA County border, so you can go, again, if you're frequenting there often, that's I've had people reach out for South Orange County, like they wanted to buy new construction Rancho Mission Viejo, but they were going to be commuting to Los Angeles, and I'm going, that's a drive. I mean, everyone's different, everyone's tolerance is different, but my personal preference for that person would be, again, if they want to minimize that drive commute, is to be in the northern part of Orange County. And I guess like one thing we probably should bring up is the major airport in Orange County is John Wayne Airport. It's almost like at the center. If you look at it on the map, it's probably slightly north. But this is a regional airport. It is technically international, where it is like, it does go to a little bit of Canada and Mexico, but it's mostly regional. And it has 3 terminals, so it sounds like it's a small dinky airport, but it actually really isn't. They have a huge amount of traffic, like volume of passengers going through it in any given year. And that, but if you're wanting to go to a purely international airport, you're probably going to LAX, which is out yonder. Los Angeles right here. So it's about 45 minutes if there's not traffic going on. Yeah. And then that's probably your best bet for international travel.
Yeah, for sure. And then real quick, let's talk about the major shopping destinations, because if there's anything that Orange County is known for, it's known for its mega malls.
Yeah.
We've got some major, I just remember one time, so let's talk about the Spectrum first. One time I was there and there was these people, they were actually I think they were from Europe. And they were like, their eyes were so wide. I guess they were just like driving through California and they stopped. And then this guy like tapped on my shoulder and he was like, what is this place? Like, he didn't have any conception at all of what it was because, so that little part right there.
That's Irvine Spectrum. Like I saw that being developed over the years. It's kind of amazing from when it started out as to what it ended up being. And it's just a massive outdoor mall. Like, it's just huge. And it has every store you could think of. And then if you want a little bit more ritzy stuff, actually a little bit of everything, South Coast Plaza is honestly pretty incredible because it has like the lower, like the more entry level stuff like Forever 21 or like The Gap or something like that. But then it goes all the way up to Hermes and Neiman Marcus and Saks Fifth Avenue. Like, it goes it goes the whole genre. And then like you have Downtown Disney and stuff like that in Anaheim. So you have, and there's more. Like, obviously we're kind of bringing up like three most probably know. Oh, and then I should bring up Fashion Island too. So that's also another one like right around here. So Fashion Island is, again, on the more ritzy side of things. And that's, again, beautiful views, beautiful setting. It's also an outdoor mall. And remember, we are licensed realtors here in the state of California. So as much as we love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a house, what you want to do is you want to give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country.